Okay, so welcome to our team call for Tuesday, August 2nd, the Wildflower Tribe. I cannot believe it's August. Like, what? Mandy, it's your birthday soon. So we're going to be 30 and like within a week of each other. It's a big deal. Anyway,
terrifying.
yeah. Hang on one second. Okay, so first and foremost, does anyone have any recognition we can celebrate? I feel like we do.
Kaylee's an emerald.
That's what I thought. Congratulations, Kaylee. Is she on the phone or no?
She should be getting on.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Congratulations. And then before we just dive into everything else, I just want to say, I don't know who is on the phone. I can't tell because it's a phone number, but friggin' congratulations to Amanda, who rocked last month, and Katie and Ashley. Woohoo! So exciting. And Christina, everyone that hit Success Club, you guys rocked. And I had to like do a double take on Amanda's when I was going through the Success Club board. I can't believe she was at 16. So congratulations to her. That's friggin' awesome. And
pause. She's actually stuck at work. She wants to be on, Amanda, but she's stuck.
Oh, no.
So,
I was talking to her earlier, too. Okay, so awesome. Good job, everyone. Honestly, July can be a tough month, and so we should all be super proud of the people that we helped get started with their programs. Heading into August, we have so much going on. We have the Team Cup month, right? So everyone's on a team, right? Yes? Yeah. We're all on a team. And there's going to be just daily, if you're in my team, I think we're all kind of doing a team page. We have things going on and different activities you can do and try to get your business really rolling. And so to make sure that we can all make the most of the Team Cup, we have 3 challenge groups coming up. So we have the Country Heat coming out. Raise your hand if you're interested in Country Heat at all. Okay. Just curious, because I know that like I haven't talked about it much, and so I feel kind of bad about that, but it's just not my thing personally. But I should have obviously told you guys about it too, because it can totally rock. And I'm bringing that up because I recognize that I haven't talked about it much, and I actually plan to talk about it a lot more. I had a few people reach out to me at Summit and tell me that they're really interested in Country Heat, and actually, after watching Carl Deichler talk about it at Summit and just seeing what his vision is for it and the purpose and what the target market is, I do really feel like there is a big need for it with our programs. And he just was really speaking to the fact that there are a lot of people that aren't looking to jump into a super intense program, but they do want to work out. And, you know, our mission as a whole is to make working out fun, and that's what he really tries to strive for with all of these different programs that we have. So there are people that are going to be interested in Country Heat. So if you are like me and you're kind of like, not my thing, I don't know, but you still want to let people know that it's available, maybe just speak to that. And I think that's something that I could have been a lot better about too, but say, this workout came out, I'm going to give it a whirl. I'm going to show you guys what's going on. Not sure if it's really my thing for this reason XYZ, but it will help you if you are looking for this, and you're wanting something to just make working out fun. And you can speak to that too. So you don't have to love everything. And I think sometimes it shows that you're honest and you're not trying to just sell anyone anything if you can speak openly to what you like and what you also maybe dislike. So don't ever not speak to a program like I did. So that's coming out, and we're going to have that group starting on the 15th alongside our normal challenge group, which is like our back to school group. And I'm also just calling it Energy and Abs because I think during August, when it is back to school, a lot of people are looking for that extra energy, and they're needing that pep in their step as if they have school age kids, especially like me. I'm going to take my kid to preschool this year. So we need that extra boost, and just making it super easy. Here, get some energy. It's easy. It's just eating. It's all about eating for fuel. So I'm going to share my meal plan just the one that I just used with Extreme, and I was just super careful to write everything down so that I could do that and it would be easy to do. So that's going down, and then on the 22nd, we will have our couples challenge, and we're doing that with Dana's group as well. So this would be a great way to get men involved, and it was so cool. I mean, you know, I gotta be honest, I'm still always like really struggling to reach out to men myself, but after being at Summit and seeing how many men are supportive of their girlfriends or spouses or whatever and are really on board with these programs, it definitely inspired me to really push for this because there's a need for it. Like, it's just our generation. It's not even just moms. We're busy as a whole. So don't discredit those guys that want to go and they thought that they only had to just go to the gym for 2 hours and that's the only way they could work out. You know, like that is pretty standard of what we thought. So that's going to start on the 22nd, and that is all on the calendar with the exception of Country Heat. I have to add that on there. And we're also going to group up with Empowered Elite for that too. So that's all of this month's announcements. Then keeping in mind, everyone, that Summit 2017 was announced in New Orleans. If you don't have your ticket yet, you should definitely do that. And but shout out to everyone that already booked one. Woo! I know, we have a good crew. So I'm going to try to get a house for us, and we could all maybe do that thing if we want to. I don't know. We could all kind of like chat about it. I know, Ashley, you mentioned you already had a hotel, but just something to think about. I think it would be super cool to get a nice house down whatever and have a kitchen. It's something I'm always wishing I had. And then for other announcements, I'm not sure if you guys were really keeping, did anyone watch any of the announcements live from Summit? No, okay. So a few things that are coming out new. We have a yoga program that's called the 3-week retreat that's going to be kicking off in September. And that is actually going to be available completely on Beachbody On Demand. So you don't have to pay for anything extra to get the yoga. You just have to pay for the Beachbody On Demand, which will also allow you to sample out all the other programs too. So that's pretty cool, and I think it's just a way where people can try yoga and then, but also have access to other programs that maybe will give them more of a different result that they're looking for, like that cardio and whatnot. And, you know, the whole mission behind this one too is this is for the person that really has been wanting to try yoga. It's so funny. My husband has been saying your programs need a yoga thing for forever. But I agree. I think we do need a yoga deal. I think there are a lot of people that want to try yoga, and this is exactly what Carl said, who are really intimidated to go into a yoga space. And they also are unsure about all of the spirituality behind yoga. And so that is the market, is those people that are wanting to stretch and try yoga and they've heard it's cool and they're just really kind of intimidated by it. So it's a 3-week program. 2 different trainers than we've heard before. Sorry, one second, guys. Okay, so that's coming out in September. And then we have, yeah, I don't know where it is, baby. Okay. Perfect. And then we have Core de Force that's coming out in November, and that is going to be sort of like a kickboxing deal, but not really focusing on core strength. And it's from, oh my God, I'm blanking. Jiraco and help me out. What's the other chick's name?
Jericho.
And who else?
Jeremy.
No, wrong. It's a couple. And they're awesome. I mean, I personally have not done a workout from them, but I loved hearing them speak. And she was just speaking to the fact that in the past, she's always been super into that high intensity workout, but she had just had a baby when she did this one. So it's a lot of core work, but through kickboxing type moves, which I think is going to be great. And Carl was also mentioning that, you know, they developed all of these programs because of research that they've done. And this is something that, people have asked for. So that's coming out in November, and you can find all of the infomercials so you can take a little better look at them. And then we have our cooking show from Fixate, which is, did anyone hear about that? No? Yeah. No. Okay. So Fixate's coming out with the cooking show. That's going to start August 8th. You'll have access to that if you have the club membership. with different recipes. And then it's also going to be freaking awesome for us because they're going to walk everyone through the meal plan and kind of give them a better idea of what to do with the meal plan. So that's just going to help us help our customers even better when it comes to that, because a lot of people obviously get overwhelmed by all of the containers and how to fit it into their lives, into their families, into their toddlers' food habits as well. And then, okay, so the last thing, I saved this for last because it's a little bit more entailed, but so they're doing a health bet, and Beachbody is donating $3 million, $1 million, and a potential to get at up to $3 million. So they're going to give $1 million away, and then $5 for every challenge pack sold throughout the month from when Summit started until the end of August. And that's going to all go into a pot. So every challenger that you sign up has the opportunity, will win money. No opportunity. They will win money from now until the end of August if they do these, if they drink Shakeology 3 times a week and do their workout 4 or 5, sorry, I can't remember if it's 4 or 5 times a week. But the catch is that they, 5, okay, that makes more sense. The catch is that they have to track that in the Challenger app. So it's not going to be through Facebook. We have a Challenger app for you new coaches. I have not used, if I'm being honest, because I've just been stuck in my old ways. But it's supposed to be awesome. The company obviously feels very strongly that if customers use this, then they will see results. And so they are offering money to anyone that completes their program and charts that they've, with their Shakeology selfie 3 times a week, work out 5 times a week. And it's the same exact thing as doing it via Facebook, except for it's through a portal that they will sign in and get access to when they become a customer. So that's going to be, I mean, it's going to be huge for us. I think, I mean, the company's giving away money. So the money starts in September. Yeah, it starts in September, right? But it's for everyone that signs up in August. Yeah. And no, it's for coaches too. So Carl was just saying the max is $3 million that he would give, and then it just depends how many sign up. You know, that's how much you would get. As a Does anyone have any questions about that? It's kind of like a lot to take in, but I think we have to do some brainstorming on how we're gonna like speak to that, market that, because I guess you should say, oh hey, we're giving away money, but you know, you don't want to do it in a bad way that makes people feel like it's kind of weird. Why are they giving away money? And I think, like, if we think about the root of it all, which is we're very confident as a company that if people do the workouts and drink Shakeology, that they're going to see results. And that is the reason that, you know, we're doing this to help more people stay on track and feel encouraged. Hang on. I'm so sorry. Hang on. Can someone just, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
So has everybody listened to the National Wake Up Call for this week? No, yes, no, yes, and no.
No.
Okay. A lot of this stuff Carl actually fully explained on the National Wake Up Call, and he also spoke to a lot of the objections. So we have all of these challenge packs on sale for Team Cup Month, and he went over all of the new stuff as well, just to get everybody so excited and explain all of these things as well. So definitely listen to that. Kelly's doing a great job explaining it, but listen to it from him too, and it'll give you some fire. Keep going.
Word. Thank you so much. Okay, so all of those are the announcements that are going on. That's everything that's new. I think I pretty much covered it all. I feel like there are probably more things, but those are the big things. And let's see. Okay, so as far as Summit takeaways, I mean, there's really nothing better than just being there. And I just have to say that first, because I want I would love for each and every one of us to be there next year. But I find it, I think, so inspiring that there are people, I mean, first of all, you guys, like, if you haven't heard our CEO speak, I mean, it is just, we really like truly have an incredible mission and an incredible CEO that has developed such a amazing team culture for us. And he is you know, and if you don't know the background of our company, we became a network marketing company because people were seeing better results by supporting each other in their fitness programs. And so it is, it to me is something that I feel when I go to Summit and I hear Carl speak, and when I go to, if you've ever had the opportunity to hear Carl speak, I think it's motivating in a way that is, you know what, I'm doing the right thing. I'm on the right track. I'm helping people so much. And my company is, I can stand behind a company like this. They've donated to so many charities. I took notes and the list is insane. He's wearing Christmas long pants and long sleeves when it's 96 degrees inside right now. It's great, babe. They've donated millions and millions of dollars to charities. And I don't know, if you, like I said, if you haven't had the opportunity to hear Carl speak, that's definitely something that I would suggest doing if you're struggling in the belief department. And for me, that is, no matter what, I can say that when I started coaching, I was very unsure of joining a company that put me in the network marketing realm. And just hearing these speakers is just so empowering. And guys, I don't know, you guys know that we do a Beachbody challenge, right? You know, like we give away like $200,000 a year, more actually. So people get on stage, they show their transformations. They literally thank us for helping them change their entire lives, like in tears, as they've lost over 100 pounds. And then they're awarded a check for $100,000. And it is like, you could hear a pin drop in the arena when this happens because everyone's bawling their eyes out, I swear. But it is just, I think for me, that's always my biggest takeaway. It's like, I'd like to go in and say, you know, all of these Beachbody speakers meant so much to me and I learned so much, but just being behind the mission 150% is something that I think we could all invest some time in, and just hearing these speakers and looking into them yourselves. I would highly suggest if you're struggling in that category or you still feel like you're selling to anyone. And then alongside that, I think I just got to tell you guys that our number one priority is always helping people get results. And I think, again, one of my favorite lectures that I saw, and maybe Christina could help me and tell some of her favorites too. But one of my favorite lectures that I saw was the one where they actually gave tips on how to make sure that your challengers see results. And that to me is the ultimate mission. I think one of the big things that I haven't been doing and that I would want to pass along to you guys is I have not been setting the expectation in advance. I've not been asking people for their permission to let me hold them accountable so that I can check in on them later and say, you told me you wanted me to check in on you. You told me you wanted me to give you some tough love if you were falling off track. This is what you said I had permission to do if you disappeared, so I'm doing it. And here I am. I'm showing up. I'm going to give you a hard time. And I think that is, to me, something I always feel really uneasy about. You asked me what, I don't know what that means. You asked me to, one of the big things they were saying is, in the beginning, you say to your challenger, hey, if you fall off track, if I don't hear from you, if I don't know where you are, what do I have permission to do? Can I call you? Can I text you? Do you want me to give you some tough love? You asked me for these, you came to me, you wanted results. So it's I'm going to take this really seriously and I'm going to be that mentor for you. And it's leadership that we're learning for our challengers. And it's leadership that's going to carry on to be the best coach that we can be too. It's the same type of thing. We're asking that permission to hold people accountable so that we can be the best mentor that we can be. And that is definitely, like I said, something that I feel like I've struggled with is just being more tough. like, here, you guys wanted this, and so here it is. I'm going to be that tough mentor because that's what you needed and asked for. Obviously, not everyone responds in the same way, but having that conversation, I guess, having that conversation in advance so that you're prepared for it when the situation were to come up, and just making it our overall 100% mission to not let anyone fall off, to make sure everyone is seeing the results they want, no matter what it takes. And then another thing, like I said, the mentorship, and that's another thing I really felt like spoke to me as far as you guys too. I want to be that mentor for you. I never ever want to be pushy. That's one of my fears. And so I think a lot of times I'm like, I try to play friend and mentor, and I try to find that common ground, but I want to be better for you guys too as a leader, showing you that I'm willing to do whatever it is that you specifically want. And if you want to achieve your goals, I'm going to be tough on you. You know, if you really have those big goals, I'm willing to be that person for you. And so I wanted to throw that out there too, because I feel like that's something that I can improve with as well, is just being that different leader for all of you and being the mentor that you need from me, instead of just always being the happy, positive, whatever goofball of a friend. And I hope, and again, leadership is something that I feel like I'm working on. So I appreciate you guys believing in me and staying with me and trusting in me. And so yeah, the leaders that spoke about training said that they actually told their new coaches that when they joined the training, they had 24 hours to respond to each call to action, or they were going to be kicked out of the group. And that is how he made sure that everyone was successful with their training and felt empowered to go ahead and kickstart their businesses. So something else to think about is just, like I said, being that tough leader. I think I have a ton of information to share with you guys. Another big lecture was branding and lifestyle, how to do that on social media, speaking to your best friend. We've actually spoken a lot about that. I have literally notes for everything that I went and put into the G Drive as the lecture was going on. Woo! So it's all in the G Drive, and I'm like gonna share all of that with you guys. I just kind of want to organize it a bit so that it makes sense to you when you read it. Let me see if there's anything else here that I was gonna mention. Christina, would you want to chat quickly about what spoke out to you, if anything did, that I haven't gone over? I'm trying to look at this really quick for a minute.
I am going through my notes, and I'm going to transcribe them as well. But I think, man, there's just a lot of stuff. But I think the cool thing, and I know that we talked about this, Kelly, but that there, just like the sheer volume of people that were there, and that wasn't even like that, like there are way more coaches in the network, but there was just a lot of people in it, and it felt overwhelming, but it was cool to see people at different walks of their transformations. So like there were of course like the fit nasty people with the raging abs, and then there were lots of larger people that were just beginning, but they are also coaching, and they must have signed up people, and they are inspiring people in their own way, and speaking to somebody that I won't be able to speak to because they won't relate to me and where I am. So I think it was just a good reminder that there is a place for each and every one of us in this company, regardless of how, you speak to a certain person, and only you can do it, because people are going to want you specifically. So I think that's pretty empowering. I think that was a big takeaway for me. And it wasn't really intimidating. Like, I think that like it's doable, and I don't see myself as different from the top leaders. I think it is a discipline at a certain point. And that's what Melanie Mitro was basically saying. She's like, I am not special, but I will outwork everyone. And she does. So if we want to be top leaders, we got to figure out a way to discipline ourselves and do it. Easier said than done.
No, but I think that's actually the next thing that I was going to share. You're so right. I think what I take away is that there are so many people that are inspiring, but they are, and I've said this before I left, I think on one of the calls, but they are no different from us. They are literally 100% zero, like not a smidge of difference from you and the top coach in the network. It's just the consistency and the dedication and the discipline, like Christina said. And that I find always very inspiring because, guys, we can learn everything that we want to learn. We can be anything that we want to be. We can grow in mind, in skill set, in body. You can build it, whatever you want to build. It just takes committing to you and deciding and drawing a line in the sand and saying, okay, no more. This is what I'm going to do every day. I'm going to reach out to 10 people and I'm going to build my business and I'm going to inspire people, and learning who you are and what you stand for, and just really committing to your journey. And I love that. I know I've shared the Shaun T speech after one of the workouts in a couple of places, but committing to your journey, whether or not it's perfect or not, it's your journey. And we're not saying we're going to help, we're not looking for results here. We're not looking for the end all be all. I think it's just committing every step of the way to doing the best that you can do and being disciplined as it relates to your goals. I just find Shaun T incredibly inspiring. If you guys haven't listened to his podcast, I didn't even realize he had a podcast, by the way. So something that you could do as well. And I think too, another thing that really spoke to me is when he spoke about transparency and just trust. I mean, that call, I almost started crying, number one. I think I did cry. I think everyone did. But just being so transparent with people, because it's not, and I think sometimes we get caught up into, at least I do, I try so hard. I simultaneously have been reading this chapter about fear. I always find it really interesting where our fears stem from. And for me, I read this chapter about fear of judgment. And I was like reading through it, and it was saying like your fear of judgment would show up in your life in this and this and this way. One of them was really caring about your image. I can't think of the other ones right now. But when I was going through fear of judgment, I realized that is one of my biggest fears. I mean, I fear what you all think of me. I fear what my followers think of me. I am constantly playing this audio in my head. And I think it's in those moments when we can become so clear with where our fears are and where it's holding us back and where our audio is playing something different. Like for me, it was kind of this aha moment where I was like, oh, not everyone like constantly thinks and cares what other people are thinking like I do. Like that's me. That's my problem. But being able to share that with other people is going to really just help you relate to so many people that need help. And it's not about what you put on social media and your business and yada, yada. But at the root of all of it, it's who we can inspire and who we can impact and who we can make a difference for, so that they can get out of their own heads too, and out of their own way and be able to take control. So I think, I don't know, the speech about transparency for me, and then simultaneously reading personal development, which I hope you guys are all doing. If you're not, do it. Is just so incredibly, I mean, I sincerely hope that our team has, I know, and I think we all do, have our hearts in the right place when we post or we reach out to people. It's bigger than one person. It's the opportunity that we have to leave a legacy and impact people's lives. So that really speaks to me and spoke to me during it as well. And then, I'm looking through the Gary Vee chat right now, and then I forgot about that one. I wrote in bold letters, lack of patience is why most people will not be successful. So nailed it. I mean, this business is something where you have got to be patient. You have got to put in the time and be consistent. And over time, you will see the results because of your consistency, but you cannot expect to just get in and come out, you know, with this massive success. Another thing he said was that social media doesn't exist. It is a slang term for the current state of the internet, and that all people care about is getting attention. So I thought that was interesting too. Like, we put things out there in hopes that we're going to get attention. So when people are putting things out there, again, it's not about what you're putting out there. It's about how you can make other people feel too. So I'm going to share all of these notes with you guys. I could rattle off for forever, but I think just for me, hearing stories and hearing people's experience, hearing, you know, a girl that came to Summit as a diamond and then she's a 7-star diamond in a year, and she lost her husband to, I don't know, her husband had a heart attack or something. Chris, do you remember that one, Christina? Yeah. It's
they
just
didn't say how he died, which is even scarier. I was like, why don't you say, like, was it a horrible accident? I don't know.
It's just, guys, I mean, the stories are so inspirational, but just hearing all of the odds that people had to go get through and move through, and the state of their lives when they took this leap, there's no way that you can listen to them and not know that you could really make such an impact on someone's life. So never hesitating to reach out or feeling salesy or whatever. It's believing in yourself and your ability to help someone and the company and the opportunity that we have and share as a team. So I won't cry, but those speeches were so moving. I guess that is pretty much it that I wanted to really talk about. I mean, I do have another question for you guys I have 2 minutes remaining, but I would love it if you guys would really think about, to me, I think I have weekly calls with Katie, and I want to have weekly calls with all of you. And I don't want to chase you if that's not something that you want, but I want to help you if you, like I said, if you want to achieve that goal, a bigger goal for yourself. I, at the end of the year, would love for all of us to have said, you know, we're in August, and I don't know why, but all of a sudden I was like, like, we have some work to do. A while back, I made a video and asked who would want to come alongside us and our team if we strove for 5-star diamond in my account and in Ryan's account. And that is a hefty goal, let me just say. And I really hesitate to throw that out there because I want you guys to first and foremost know that I don't want that goal if you don't want it. So if that's not something that you're looking for, I never want you to feel like, because honestly, I don't really give a shit about my rank. I just want to say that, like, I put my mind to something and I helped you guys achieve something that meant something to you, and we can do this as a team. Like, I want to prove to the world that we got it. Like, we can do this if we want it. And so, yeah, I just would love if you guys, I have a minute left, but if you want that, I want to be there for you, and I want to help you give it your all. And I need to know who wants that too. Because I want to be dedicated to you even more so than I already am. And I want you to know, like, it's time. I'm buckling down. So if you see a lot more of me, I'm going to be here, ready to shine. So if you would let me know if that's something that you would want to be a diamond on our team, on our 2 kick-ass teams, because I cannot leave anyone behind, and we're split up, and I think we can do it both for all of us. That is my goal, and I would love if you would join me and make it our goal for our team and our mission. But